Hey everyone, welcome to the first of many videos on Subsplash Live. My name is Cody. I'm on the support team here at Subsplash. So to start, I want to go over just kind of what is Subsplash Live. So if you guys didn't know, for about over a year now at the time of making this video, we've been able to deliver Subsplash Live to our client base, and it's been an awesome experience. We launched it with some great features and then have been able to build upon them as time goes on. Subsplash Live is a great starting point or jumping in point for those if you have been streaming or you're looking to get into the scene. We make it super simple to get your service, your message out there through the app, through the website, through Facebook, through YouTube, wherever you want it to go. So I'm gonna spend some time, I'm gonna go over how to set it all up, how to get signed up, and really how to just take the most advantage of Subsplash Live and get it out to your users. Right away, I do want to jump into the dashboard to show you guys how to get going with Subsplash Live and how to get set up. So if you're on your homepage like we are here and we go into media and live, you are going to see, if you are not signed up yet, the brochure that we present with the pricing tiers, a little bit of high overview on the features. So we do have 3 different tiers of pricing based on weekly audience size. To calculate that real quick, just take the amount of times you stream per week and multiply it by your average viewership. That should put you into one of these 3 categories. If you are above that 2,500 mark, no worries, just reach out to us and we can put something together that tailors your viewership. Just a little bit about these numbers. We aren't going to kick out the 501st person that views the stream. We'll just give you a slight nudge if we notice you keep going over and might ask you to bump up to that package higher than what you're currently on. Once you have that package selected, you can add it to your subscription right away. No waiting for updates or upgrades. You can start using this product immediately. Which also brings me to, you don't need a live app to use this product. Subsplash Live can be used definitely in the app, but can also be used in the website, through Facebook, through YouTube, through Church Online platform, multiple different destinations. So whether you're building your app or you have it live, you can use it in conjunction or without it. So once you are set up, we do put you onto the next page where we ask you to choose and set up your encoder. So encoders, there is a long list of ones that are supported by us. We recommend OBS, or Open Broadcasting Software, just because it's free to use, easy to use, and it's a really good starting point to get into live streaming, as well as there's plenty of clients out there who love OBS. So if you don't have anything, definitely recommend starting here. But if you are curious, we support any encoder that can output in RTMP. We do use RTMP as our streaming protocol, which is real-time media protocol, and that is how we deliver the stream. So once you have it installed, I'm actually going to open up OBS here and drag it on over. Right away, we're gonna get into settings. And what you'll notice is once you sign up for Subsplash Live, you'll actually have access to these streaming parameters, which are your server URL and stream key. These are unique to the dashboard. They're not gonna ever change. So what you'll wanna do is in your encoder, well, come into the dashboard first, copy, and then we'll come back into the encoder and we'll go, this is specific to OBS, but it looks very similar no matter which route you go. You'll want to go into stream, and change the service to custom and paste in the server URL, and then the same with the stream key. So I'm going to grab mine here, paste it on in there, and hit nothing yet. We're gonna go through some more settings in OBS, and these settings should be applied no matter the encoder you're using. So these are our recommendations for Subsplash Live to ensure that you have the best and most consistent stream possible. And to start, we'll want to figure out what resolution you're streaming at. So we do support HD and SD, HD all the way up to 1080p, and SD down to 360p. So most people are going to be streaming in 720 or 1080. If you're not sure what you want to stream at, I would always start with 720, and if you have the bandwidth, if you have the processing power to go up, definitely do so. There are specific settings for each resolution, so I'm going to go over the 720, but refer to the Knowledge Center and the article on encoding parameters for the differences between the two. With those two set to 720, we're going to go into output, and we're going to adjust the output mode from simple to advanced, and then we're going to change rate control to CBR, bitrate to 2000. And remember, this is for 720. If this was a 1080p stream, this would actually remain 4000. We're going to change the keyframe interval to 2, CPU usage preset to very fast, and profile to main. And that is the majority. We also, you'll want to make sure you adjust your audio, and you want to make sure you add your video sources. If you're curious about that, I definitely recommend scheduling a call with support. We can troubleshoot and assist to definitely some extent, but the amazing thing about OBS is it is open source, so there are a ton of forums out there. If you just do a quick Google search about maybe the cameras you're using and you're curious if they work with OBS, I guarantee you there's something out there for you. So we're gonna hit OK, and that is setting up OBS. So now if I were to click start streaming, it's going to start up, and I'm gonna drag it out of the way just so we can stop that looping. But now we're going to, if you're first time setting up, you're actually gonna get a message that says, congrats, welcome to Subsplash Live, you're ready to move on to the next page. So once you click next, you can actually see here, we have a stream going. Our connection test is verifying that there is something coming from OBS, and it's most likely going to be whatever your camera is pointed at. In my case, it's the screen I'm recording. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream now on my end just to move on. But that is the setup of getting into Subsplash Live and setting up your encoder, specifically OBS. We have a ton of articles on various other encoders that we know are supported. So give the Knowledge Center a quick search. Maybe it's Wirecast, maybe it's the TriCaster, Blackmagic ATEM Mini. Those are just a few off the top of my head. But if you're unsure, definitely reach out to support and we can give you a quick yes or no on if it is supported. Alrighty, so now that we have the encoder connected, I'm gonna go over just using the Subsplash Live dashboard in general. So right away, I do want to point out, as mentioned prior, we have the ability to connect to YouTube and Facebook in syndications. So this should be probably one of the second setup steps you do outside of your encoder if you are wanting to stream to these platforms. So right away, come up here in the settings and you'll see the Connect YouTube and Connect Facebook buttons. So to connect YouTube, if we click on it, it is going to ask you to sign into your YouTube channel. This is often confused, but make sure you do select your YouTube channel. Google does have differences in logging into the account versus the channel you have created. You'll also want to ensure that you have live streaming enabled on your YouTube channel. If you don't, we'll give you a quick prompt when you go to actually schedule a live stream if you do not have it enabled, and it does take up to 24 hours. But then once you have that all good to go, you can syndicate through Subsplash Live. For Facebook, similar process, you'll see the Connect Facebook button. Click on it, it's gonna launch you over to Facebook and have you sign into your profile. We do need to log into the profile to access the pages that profile is an admin on. And you'll see kind of later in the process where you select which page you want to stream to. But you can see it's verified here. I'm logged into my account and we're good to go. If you do for some reason need to remove, you absolutely can come in and disable the connection or link to a different Facebook profile. Down below in the settings as well are the streaming parameters if you need them again, as well as the connection test. So closing out of this, I like to call this just the main live dashboard. So right away we can see upcoming live media items and then recent live media items down below, as well as the option to create a live media item in the top right. So it's exactly how it sounds. Anything you have scheduled out in the future is going to show up here, and anything that has already took place is going to convert down into recent live media items, and it will also end up in on-demand, which is the amazing thing about Subsplash Live is we record all your streams already and we convert them into on-demand items automatically. So really you can set up the entire flow from streaming to have it convert to on-demand to go into a media series and be available for your users in the app and website within minutes. It's pretty awesome. So everything with Subsplash Live revolves around the live media item. So to start that process, we're going to come up here into the right and create live media item. It's going to ask you for a title and a media series if you want. So I'm going to use Sunday Service as the example. And the media series goes back to that whole live to on-demand flow that I keep referencing. So if I were to select my videos media series, then the recording of this item I'm going to stream will automatically go into this series. Then if that series is, say, for example, embedded on your website through the media library, or it's on the app, then this is going to automatically show up there once the stream is over. We're gonna hit create, and now we are in the item, as I like to say. So again, we have a testing window, where if you start up OBS or your encoder, you're gonna see the feed come through here. And don't worry, the feed is, even though you have a stream started, it's actually not being distributed anywhere unless there is an item scheduled at the time. So if for some reason I had an item scheduled today between 3 and 5, then yes, the stream would be going out, but since I don't, we're totally okay. So you're gonna get two options, live versus simulated live. So we do have the ability to take a pre-recorded video, upload it, set it at a certain start date and start time, and display it as if it is a live stream. So we do support MP4 videos up to 10 gigabytes maximum with a 2-minute duration minimum, I should say. And you do want to make sure that these videos still fall within our encoding parameters. So if we go over here to the Knowledge Center and we look up our encoding parameters, this goes back to those settings that we addressed in OBS. You will want to make sure whether it's a true live or a simulated live video based on the resolution that you are setting these in your encoder, or when you're recording the video and exporting in your post-production software, that you output it in these parameters. Once you have either the video uploaded or you just select live, a true live, we can select the start date, start time, end date. So this really is going to be the time of your service. So if I have service every Sunday from, let's say, 11 a.m. to 1, then that is what I'm going to set this to. If it's 10:30 to 12, I'm going to set it to that. If you go over, not a big deal. So the end time is really just when this item is deemed ended. If your user is watching the stream, we will not kick them out. They'll be able to continue to watch until you stop the stream from your connected encoder. The start time, however, is a little different. You do want to make sure you start your stream from your encoder a couple minutes prior, especially if you are using Facebook and YouTube syndications. If you start it, for example, right at 11, there's a good chance the stream actually won't take place on Facebook because we do require an established stream at the scheduled start time to be able to send to the platforms. So, best practice, start the encoder a couple minutes prior. Next is the basic information. So, like other on-demand media items, we just have kind of some fields that you can take advantage of if you want to. The title will be auto-filled from when we first created the item. You can put the speaker, additional labels, description, document for notes, as well as a few web links if you want to take people anywhere else. Next within the item is the artwork. So like the rest of our platform, we do want to select square wide banner. And the next part are the syndications. So pretty big part of scheduling a live media item, if you do want them to go to Facebook, YouTube, you want to make sure you are toggling over these syndications and then selecting which page you want to stream to. If you don't turn these on, it's only going to stream to the app and website. So if I want to go to Facebook, again, toggle that on. If I had YouTube connected, I would do the same. And then I can hit schedule. A little modal pops up and it's going to verify the date and time. And then it's going to ask publish. So publishing is just choosing when this item will be published to your apps and embeds. Synonym for choose when it will be available to your end users. Also a synonym for the countdown. So we have a built-in countdown with Subsplash Live based on this publishing time. So if we select 30 minutes, then A, I'll have a 30-minute countdown, and B, this item will become available on March 28th at 10:30 a.m. and the 30-minute countdown will start. If I set it to 7 days, well, same theory, I'm gonna have a 7-day countdown starting on March 21st at 11 a.m. and it's gonna go all the way to March 28th at 11 a.m. And then ideally you have the encoder running and the stream going, and then it'll just automatically switch over. Best practice is to just always set this for 7 days. I love the idea of always having a countdown or having the item be available in the app. So if a user is just super eager to watch the stream, they can keep coming back and see the countdown tick down. I know it gets me excited, so I would always shoot for 7 days. And then if you are continuing to schedule these items each Sunday or however many days a week that you want to stream, then there will always be an item in your app either counting down or showing a stream, which is pretty cool. Next is asking about the live to on-demand flow again. So if you remember, we selected this to go into a series. So it's asking when the stream is over, what do you want this to do when it transitions to on-demand? Keep it published or set as a draft. Keeping it published, like it says, is just gonna make it available right away. Whatever you streamed from your encoder is gonna be put into this item. If you set it as a draft, it's gonna keep it in a draft state where you can actually go in and use our trimming theater and adjust the start and end point of the recording if you want to knock off worship or if you want to cut out the announcements at the end. You totally can. With both of these options, this one is just going to keep it in a place where it's editable before you give it to your end users. Lastly, we give you a little notice that says, don't forget, you do need to start streaming on your encoder for your audience to view your feed, which is a very good point. The scheduled start and end time will not control your encoder, so you do have to manually come in. Like I said, start it a few minutes prior, and then once the stream is over, you do need to stop streaming from your encoder. Next, we can hit schedule, and we can see successfully scheduled. And a few other things on this page. We do now see the 3 new options. We do generate a stream specific page for this individual live media item. Here you can see a good preview of the countdown. And if we go back, actually going back to this, so this is a page you can share out. Anyone can access this. If you don't want to put it on your website or maybe have a private stream, you can just send this to whomever you would like. Next is the embed for the specific item. It looks very similar to this, except it is the embed version, so you can take it and place it on your website. But this is great. We have an actual different embed I'm going to recommend using here in a bit. Lastly is the attach to push notification. Love using these two in conjunction. If you attach this to push notification, it's going to take you to the push notification scheduler. You can say, hey, join us for our stream. You can then select the group you want to send it to, the item's automatically attached, schedule it, select the send date and the send time. So if you recall, I set the stream to start at 11, so I'm going to have this go out at 10:55 a.m. And I can hit schedule. I need to set it for the future on the 28th. There we go. And now it's ready to go. So 5 minutes before the stream starts, they're going to get a notification on their app, and it's going to prompt them to open this live media item, and it'll take them directly to the stream, which is pretty cool. So if we go back now, we can see that the item is now scheduled and it's upcoming. So you can do this as far out in advance as you would like. I've seen it done 6 months in advance, which brings me to a good point of you do need a live media item scheduled for each time you want to stream. So if you stream every Sunday and Wednesday, you do need to create an item for each Sunday and Wednesday. And we don't have quite the ability to just go live yet. I do believe that's something that will come down the road, but for now, you do need to schedule a live media item each time. So now that it's upcoming, really you can do whatever we want with it. So we can add it into the app and we can put it on the website. I'm going to show you guys how to do that here in a little bit. All right guys, so now that we have the item scheduled, or as many items as you want scheduled, we actually need to set up the app and the website to receive the stream. This is a pretty initial setup, so you do it one time and then you'll be good to go moving forward. But I'll start with the app. So if we go into apps and the mobile app builder, we'll have our tabs at the top as normal, and you'll actually see we have this upcoming live media item already on this list. But if it's not there already, we're going to want to click add item, select live media item, and you'll see multiple options if you have multiple items scheduled, but I just recommend going straight for this dynamic item. This is going to always show your next scheduled live stream, or if you're currently live, it's going to show your current live stream. And it's just going to keep doing that. So if you continue to schedule items, they'll continue to show in the app, which is awesome. So select it, add one item. There you can see it's at the top. We can drag it down wherever we want. We can also put it into the carousel if you would like. But I'm going to just leave it in this list here, save, and now it's on the app. So if I actually start up my phone here, and let's get this open. If I drag this over, we can see if I refresh, there is that new item I scheduled. And here's a little preview of how it looks in the app. So we got the countdown, of course. Any information that you put in the item is going to show below. If you have notes, you'll see the button there for that as well. And then once the stream starts, it'll just automatically switch over to your feed, which is awesome. So that is in the app. The next part is the website. So if we go into, first you want to open up your website builder. I'm going to be using Snap Pages for reference, but this does work on any pretty much website builder that you are using. So first I want to go into web and then embeds. And as mentioned before, we do have the embed for the specific live media item that you schedule, but we recommend using the upcoming live media item embed. It's the same concept as the item like we just put in the app, where it's always going to display your next upcoming stream. If we preview this, we can see, of course, the preview, and then we can click copy this embed code down here. And if we're in Snap Pages, we can achieve adding this to the website one of two ways. The first is editing this page, or whichever page you want the stream to be placed on. We can select blocks, and then we can drag over the media item, and it'll ask what type of media item you want to add, and we can just select upcoming live. Right away, boom, there it is. There's the player with the countdown. We can adjust the size if it's a little too big for us. Maybe we want to align left, add some text on the right about service times, and we're off to the races. So that's the first method. The second method is actually taking advantage of the code block. So I do want to go over just both options. We can create a new snippet, and then this is going to actually use the embed code that we copied previously. So I'm going to paste that in, save, publish, preview, and there's the first one we added, and there is the second one using the actual embed code that we added. Both work the same exact way, just wanted to give you both options in case one just wasn't working right for you. The embed code is also what you would use on third-party websites. So they would most likely have something similar to the code block, where you bring in custom HTML, and that is where you paste in your code. Same concept for Church Online platform. Real quick, we do have an article on Church Online that goes over where to find the embed, that same embed I just used on the website, and then how to paste it into their player using their article. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out this article. But that goes over how to add it in the app and website. The last part is the TV app. So if you do have TV apps on your package, you'll see them over here on the left-hand side under Apps TV App. And you can see here, I have my Media Smart List set to be my TV app content source. So this is important because if we go into Library and Lists, I can see that the Media Smart List is actually only based on on-demand items. So as it sits currently, a live media item will not show on my TV app. So I do actually want to switch this to a list I have already created that is called TV app content. Then, once I save, I can go into that list and I can ensure that I add my upcoming live media item into it. That way it displays on the TV app, along with any other on demand. If you want to add that media series that you selected for the item recording to fall into, then we can select, in my case, videos, and now the stream is going to show, and then it's going to automatically go into the videos media series to be accessed at a later date. Another quick tip for the TV apps and adding live streams to it is using the carousel or the featured header. So you can have up to 5 items. You can see I have my live media item here already. This is going to display up to 5 items at the top here constantly. So you don't have to scroll through the content of the main list just to get to the most recent item. I definitely recommend using this as well. But yeah, that goes over how to add the items to the right platforms, at least on our end. I showed you Facebook and YouTube, as well as Church Online. So if there's anywhere else you're curious if you could put your stream, definitely just reach out to support. We'd be happy to assist or explore different ways to go about that process. Alrighty, so next are some features I want to go over within Subsplash Live that are pretty new to the platform. So the first one being the giving prompt during a live stream. So if we jump into the scheduled live item we have going on, up in the top you will see the option to add a prompt. So this is related to our giving prompt feature we just added, and is only related to the giving prompt at this moment. But the prompt will display for about 45 seconds in the top right of the video stream, and you do only get one prompt per stream at the moment. And it is only working with Subsplash giving, so if you're using a third party, this unfortunately won't work. But if you're curious in this feature, or even just using Subsplash giving, feel free to add it or reach out to your client success manager for more details. I will give you two options: either give a prompt with shortcuts or a prompt just taking them directly to your giving page. Either way, the stream will go down into picture-in-picture mode. They will open up your giving page. They can move forward with giving or completing the gift. And once completed, they will return back to the stream. It's a really awesome process. It feels super natural. And again, it's totally something you can use if you want. There does have to be someone in the dashboard during the scheduled start and end time to send the prompt. At the time, there's not a way to schedule it, but definitely coming soon. The next feature is more related to the on-demand side of things, and more to a true live stream that took place. So if we come in here to my test stream I ran a few days ago, we can actually jump into the editing theater of this stream. So like I said, we can chop off the front 10 seconds if something happened or you wanted to cut out the worship service and just have the sermon in the app. You can absolutely do so. So once you click trim video, it's going to submit a new job. You want to click yes, trim, and then it's going to automatically be published after it's complete, and it'll shoot you an email once it's done. So this is super helpful, like I said, for if you don't want to download the video from the dashboard or take the local recording and put it on your post-processing edits and then upload it to the dashboard again. You can just do it all right in the dashboard. And that just about covers Subsplash Live, guys. So just some closing points I want to add. If you do need any help at all or you have questions, feel free to visit the Knowledge Center. I always love to push for this just because we have tons and tons of articles going over just about everything with Subsplash Live and the platform in general. So just give a quick keyword search for whatever you're thinking about, and we'll probably have something. If I put in OBS, we got how to set up Subsplash Live using OBS, step by step. And then if you have further questions, feel free to use the Contact Us page, submit a callback request, schedule a call, or submit a ticket. We'd be happy to get in and answer any questions or help you along the way. But with that, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your days or nights, depending on when you're watching this. And we look forward to working with you in the future.